What is the center of mass, beta? Can anyone tell me? The point where the total mass of the body is said to be concentrated. The point where total mass is concentrated is called center of mass, isn't it? For uniform bodies, better. For uniform bodies like solid sphere, hollow sphere, rod, center of mass is located at the geometric center. Geometric center of your body. Okay. See here. This is your y coordinate. This is your x coordinate. If I take some rigid body in this one, beta, there are, say for example, n number of particles in this one. So m1. Here, say for example, m2. Here, say for example of your m3. Okay. Let's see. This coordinate is right now r1. This coordinate is right now r2. This coordinate is right now r3. Here, say for example, m4. So this one is nothing but equal to r4. Like that, n number of particles if I'm taking, here if it is the center of mass of this body, then this will be the position of this one, that is nothing but RCM. Okay, so for this one, RCM bar can be written as RCM bar will be written as of your M1 R1 plus of your M2 R2 plus of your M3 R3 plus so on up to your Mn Rn divided by your total mass. That is nothing but of your M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus so on up to your Mn. Done. So I can write this one as RCM will be equal to total mass is nothing but of your 1 by m. This is your summation of your mith particle rith particle bar. Here this m into IR is known as moment of mass, beta. Very important. This one is known as of your moment of your mass from the origin. Done. So RCM bar is equal to your M1 R1 plus M2 R2 plus M3 R3 plus so on up to your Mn Rn divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus so on. All this mass can be taken as a total mass capital M beta. M1 R1 plus M2 R2 can be written as summation of your Mi into your Rith particle. This summation of Mith particle Rith particle is known as of your moment of your mass. Okay. Let's see. If I'm writing the position coordinates beta, like R1 bar is equals to your xi cap a plus of your yj cap a plus of your zk cap, or else you can take along your x-axis and as well as of your y-axis particulation. All xy coordinates, zy coordinates you can take into the consideration. Okay, so like r1 will be equal to your, this one is x1 into your I cap plus y1 into your j cap. R2 bar will be equal to So this will be equal to your x2 into your I cap plus y2 into your j cap. Okay, like r nth particle if I'm writing, that will be equal to your x nth along your I cap plus y nth along your j cap. So the position coordinate of your center of mass RCM will be equal to your xc into I cap plus yc along your j cap plus of your zc into your k cap. Okay, xc is nothing but center of mass beta, yc is the center of mass and zc is your center of mass. Like say if I'm going for your xc center of mass, that will be equal to your m1 x1 plus of your m2 x2 plus so on up to your mn xn divided by your m1 plus m2 plus so on up to your mn. The same way y coordinate about the center of mass if I'm writing, yc bar will be equal to your m1 y1 plus of your m2 y2 plus so on up to your mn yn divided by your m1 plus m2 plus so on up to your mn. The same way zc bar will be equal to your m1 z1 plus of your m2 z2 plus so on up to your mn zn divided by your m1 plus m2 plus so on up to your m into your n. Done. So for x coordinate is m1 m1 x1, y coordinate it is m1 y1, and for z coordinate it is your z1 into your z1 part of relation. Clear beta? Sure. See the situation, madam. Like say this is a particle of mass m1, this is a particle of mass m2. For this one, if the center of mass is at the center, like say from this one the coordinate is r1 and this coordinate is like r2. Okay, then moment of this masses, if I'm writing beta about the center of mass, that is nothing but total distance of this particle. I'm taking it as of your r. Okay, this total distance I can take right now is equals to your r. Okay, so I can write here m1 r1 must be equal to your m2 into your r2, or else I can write m1 divided by your m2 will be equal to your r2 divided by your r1. Okay, so I got the value of your m1 r1 is equals to m2 r2. Actually from this reference beta we'll be taking this in origin. On the left axis we'll be writing this one as minus of your m1 r1 as beta I'm explaining it. See here beta, we have now got two particles m1 and m2 which have been separated by distance r. For m1 and m2 the center of mass is somewhere in between them, cm, isn't it? If I'm taking that origin as of your O, this is your negative x-axis, this is your negative x-axis, this will be your positive x-axis. So I can write that one as minus of m1 r1 plus of your m2 r2 must be equal to 0. Okay beta, minus of m1 r1 plus m2 r2 is equals to 0. From this relation, m1 by m2 is equals to your r2 by your r1. If minus I am taking on the other side, that will become for me m1 r1 is equals to m2 r2, or else m1 by m2 will be equal to your r2 by your r1. Got it? Total distance r will be equal to how much, beta? R will be equal to your r1 plus of your r2. Isn't it? Why 0, sir? It is not 0, beta. It is origin. O is your origin, beta. O is your origin. Okay? Where the center of mass has been lying. So for that one, positive x-axis, I am taking it as of your positive. Negative x-axis, we are taking it as of your negative. Okay? Chalo. This is my equation number 1. And this is your equation number 2. Sum of moment of all the forces must be equal to 0. Here it is minus m1 r1 plus m2 r2 must be equal to 0. Why 0 means moment of this one m1 into r1 must be equal to 0. If I'm taking it equal to 0, I can write this equation carefully here. See, m1 r1 is equal to your m2 into your r2. So from equation 1 and 2, I can say that from 1 and 2, if we simplify, I can get the value of your r1. So r1 will be equal to your m2 into your r divided by your m1 plus of your m2. In the same way, r2 is equals to your m1 into your r divided by your m1 plus of your m2. Clear? Very important formula, beta. R1 is equals to, how do you calculate the value of R1 and R2 means R1 is equals to your M2 into your R divided by your M1 plus M2, and R2 is equals to your M1 into R divided by M1 plus of your M2. Clear? Done, beta? Sure. In this one, you write if R1 is equals to R2 is equals to, like say, R by 2. Okay. If and only if masses are same. If M1 is equals to your M2 is equals to your M, then center of mass will always lie at the center. Okay. In the same way, if R1 is greater than of your R2, if your M1 is lesser than of your M2, and R1 is, if it is lesser than R2, if M1 is greater than of your M2. That means center of mass is nearer to the particle having the larger mass. Center of mass of particle is nearer to the particle having larger mass. Having larger mass. Got it? So center of mass particle is nearer to the particle having the larger mass. Wherever the mass is larger, the center of mass will lie towards that point. Like say if this is a larger body here, M1, and there is another body of mass, M2. So center of mass, if I'm taking between these two, it will be nearer to the larger mass. So from here to here, if it is your R1, this distance will be equal to your R. Because here M1 is greater than M2. If M1 is greater than of your M2 part of relation, then R1 will be lesser than of your R2. See the diagram, isn't it? Sure. Let me give you one small example. Like say if I say that we got it two particles of mass 1 kg and 3 kg. Which are located at x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 4 meter. Find the position of their center of mass. Find the position of their center of mass. Okay. So two particles of mass 1 kg and 3 kg are located at x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 4. That means what, beta? If I am taking this origin, this is at your x is equals to 0, then x is equals to 1, 2, 3, like that. X is equals to 4 meter. Okay. So two particles of mass M1 is equals to how much for me? 1 kg, and M2 is equals to your 3 kg, are located at x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 4. Find the position of center of mass. So center of mass is somewhere here right now, COM. So if I'm calculating the center of mass for this one, XCOM will be equal to your M1 x1 plus of your M2 x2 divided by your M1 plus of your M2. So that is equals to your M1. M1 is equals to how much for me, beta? 1 kg. M1 is equals to your 1 kg into x1 is equals to how much for me? 0 plus M2 is equals to 3 into this is x2, this is your x1. X2 is equals to your 4 divided by your 1 plus of your 3. So that is your 3 into 4, that will become for me 12 divided by 4. 4 ones are 4 threes are. So this will be equal to your 3 meters. Clear?
Yes.
So for 1 particle, 2 particle, 3 particle beta, I can use the formula XCM is equals to your M1 x1 plus M2 x2 plus M3 x3 divided by M1 plus M2. The same way YCM is equals to your M1 y1 plus M2 y2 plus M3 y3. The same way ZCM will be equal to your M1 into Z1 plus M2 into Z2, so on up to your M1 into your R1. Okay. Now instead of the particles, if there is a continuous bodies, then what we'll do? For continuous bodies like solid sphere, hollow sphere, like that, if I'm having, so I can write here for continuous bodies. For continuous bodies, I can write the relation XCM will be equal to for any position. If I'm writing beta, RCM will be equal to integral of your R bar into your DM divided by integral of your DM, or else that is equals to 1 by M into integral of your R bar into your DM. Okay. So if I'm taking the coordinates of the center of mass, coordinates of center of mass, coordinates of center of mass, that is XCM will be equal to your integral of your X into DM divided by integral of your DM. The same way YCM is equals to integral of your Y into DM divided by integral of your DM. The same way ZCM is equals to integral of your Z into DM divided by integral of your DM. Got it? So XCM is equals to integral of X into DM by integral of DM. YCM is equals to integral of Y into DM by DM. And ZCM will be equal to integral of Z into DM divided by your DM. So next coordinate, Y coordinate and Z coordinate, you just use the integration. And I hope you know how to calculate DM beta. Like say for 1D dimension body, one dimensional bodies like rod, linear wires, if I'm taking, take one small element of this one, that is nothing but DM. Total mass is nothing but capital M. Width of this one is dx. Length of this one is, say for example, L. Okay. So how do you write this one? Cutted mass by original mass is equals to cutted length by your original length. That means dm will be equal to your m by L into your dx. For one dimension bodies, cutted mass will be equal to your m by L into your dx. The same way for 2-dimension bodies, if I'm taking for 2D, like disk, example is disk. Cuttated mass by your original mass is equals to cuttated area by your original area. That means cuttated mass will be equal to original mass by original area into your dA. So this one is your dm. Dm is equals to your m by a into your dA. Okay. Now for 3-dimension bodies, if I'm talking about for 3D, isn't it? Like solid sphere, isn't it? Cone, like that. Cuttated mass by your original mass will be equal to cuttated volume by original volume. That means cuttated mass will be equal to your original mass divided by original volume into cuttated volume. So this is the way how do we calculate the mass of the elements. For 1-dimension, cuttated mass is equals to m by l into dx, or cuttated mass by original mass is equals to cuttated length by original length. For 2-dimension bodies, cuttated mass by original mass is equals to cuttated area by original area. For 3-dimension bodies, cuttated mass by original mass is equals to cuttated volume by your original volume particle. Is it clear, better? Sure. Remember here, better, one shortcut. Center of mass of a segment of a uniform arc of rod. So for any part of a rod which is in the form of a circle, isn't it? Like say for example, this is a part of a circle. This is making an angle of your theta. This is your r. Our angle is say for example 2 theta. Because from center, if I'm taking an angle theta and theta, that will become for me t theta. I'm not deriving the derivation. Center of mass for this one along the x coordinate, if I'm taking right now along the x coordinate particulation. So x coordinate center of mass will be equal to your r into your sine theta divided by your theta. Theta should be taken in terms of radians. Theta should be taken, this theta should be taken in terms of your radians. Clear? Like an example I'll give you. For quadrant of a circle. Quadrant of a circle like this. This part of the circle. Theta will be equal to how much, beta? Theta is 90 degrees. That is equals to pi by 2 radians. But pi by 2 radians, x coordinate will be equal to your. Whether I take x coordinate or whether I take the y coordinate, it will be one and the same because the center of mass will be somewhere here. So this will be your x coordinate and this will be your y coordinate. So that means this will become for me your y coordinate yc, and here this will become for me x coordinate. So x will be equal to your radius of this one, whatever the radius you are taking right now from here. So if I'm taking that radius r into sine 90 divided by your pi by 2. That means this will become for me 2r divided by your pi. The same way for y. Y is equals to also same 2r divided by your pi. Got an idea? Got an idea? For a quadrant of a circle, center of mass will be actually on x-axis is 2r by pi and y coordinate also 2r by your pi. For semicircle, beta, can anyone tell me? Example number 2. For semicircle. A semicircle. Theta will be equal to how much, beta? 180 degrees. That will be equal to your pi radians. Okay. So y coordinate for this one will be equal to your, like say if I'm taking a semicircular like this, the center of mass will lie along your this one. So yc will be equal to your r into your sine theta divided by theta. So this radius is nothing but equal to your r into sine Theta will be equal to how much for me, beta? What will be the theta? For semicircular part, this is your quadrant of a circle. For quadrant of a circle, if I'm taking an angle beta right now, theta is the angle in between this arc, sorry. This is your 90, that means this angle will become how much for me? 45 degrees. So theta will be not 90 degrees here, 2 theta will be equal to 90 degrees. That means theta will be equal to 45 degrees. If theta is 45 degrees, that will be equal to how much beta? Theta will become for me pi by 4. That means this will become for me pi by 4. This one is sine 45. So if I'm taking the sine 45 value, sine 545 will be equal to how much beta? Sine 45 will be equal to how much? R into, this will be equal to 1 by root 2 divided by pi by 4. Isn't it? So that will be equal to your 4 divided by root 2 into your pi. Isn't it? So that will be root 2 can be written as of your 2 into 2 beta. Isn't it? So that can be written as of your 4 divided by root 2 is nothing but 2 into 2. Root 2 value can be written as of your R4 can be written as of your 2 into 2. Isn't it? So I'll write here right now. Yeah, 2 theta is 90 degrees, isn't it? So theta is the pi by 2. So theta will become how much for me beta? Theta will become for me your pi by 4. Okay, so x will be equal to your r into sine theta is nothing but pi by 4 divided by pi by 4. So that will be equal to your r into 1 by root 2 divided by your pi into by 4. That means that will become for me 4 into r divided by root 2 into your pi. Done. So that will become how much for me beta? 2 into root 2 into r divided by your pi. Clear? Sure. For semicircular arc beta, this total angle is 180 degrees. From here to here, this angle will be equal to 90 degrees. That means 2 theta is 180 degrees. That means pi radians. So theta will be equal to pi by 2 radians. That means this will become for me sine pi by 2 divided by theta is your pi by 2. That means this will become for me how much? Sine 90, that is nothing but of your 2r divided by your pi. So yc will be equal to your 2r divided by your pi. Clear beta? Okay, see here. We are making one shortcut beta. Center of mass for the segment of uniform arc of your rod. If I'm taking any arc of your rod beta, x is equals to r into sine theta divided by theta. This theta is the angle bisector. Let's say in this one total angle is 2 theta. So this angle will be equal to your theta right now. So if I'm taking the quadrant of a circle, total angle is how much? 90 degrees. That means from the center, if I'm taking an angle 45 and 45. So 2 theta will be equal to 90, that is pi by 2. R means theta is 45 degrees or pi by 4. So theta value is pi by 4. So now I'm writing the value of x is equals to r into sine pi by 4 divided by pi by 4. So it is r into sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2 pi by 4. So 4 will go up, 4r divided by root 2 into pi. 2 can be written as of your how much beta? 2 into 2. So 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. This root 2 will get cancelled. So 2 root 2 into r divided by your pi. Done? Same way for semicircle. For this semicircular y, 2 theta is 180 degrees. Isn't it? That means pi radians. R theta will be equal to your pi by 2 radians. So yc will be equal to your r into sine theta divided by theta. So it is r into sine. Sine theta value is pi by 2. Sorry, again I have written here pi by 2 double time. This is not double time. By mistake I have written that one. This one will be equal to your only pi by 2. This one will be equal to your pi by 2. Isn't it? So sine 90 will be equal to how much beta? Sine 180 divided by 2 is sine 90. Sine 90 is nothing but 1 pi by 2. So 2 will be going up. So it is 2r divided by your pi. Correct? Okay. Can anyone give me the answer for this one, beta? The center of mass lies always outside the body, may lie within, outside, or on the surface of the body, lies always inside the body, lies always on the surface of your body. Option B, may lie within, outside, or on the surface of the body. Very good. B will be the answer for this one. The center of mass will lie within the body or maybe outside or on the surface of your body. Next one. Three identical spheres, each of mass 1 kg, are kept as shown in figure, touching each other with their centers on the straight line. If their centers are marked as P, Q, and R respectively, the distance of center of mass of the system from the P is how much? Can anyone? Everything is on an x-axis, beta. I can write here XCM will be equal to your first one is at origin, so it is 1 into 0 plus 1 into your PQ plus this will be 1 into your PR divided by your 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that will be equal to your P into Q divided by P into your R divided by your 3. Isn't it? There is no YCM beta, so YCM will become for me 0. B will be the answer. Very good. PQ plus of your PR divided by your 3. Next one. Two identical particles are located at X bar and Y bar with reference to the origin of three-dimensional coordinate system. The position vector of center of mass of the system is given by how much? See, if I'm talking about your X coordinate, XCM will be equal to your M1 X1 plus of your M2 X2 plus of your M3 into your X3 divided by your M1 plus M2 plus M3. Okay, so two identical particles are located at X and Y coordinate with reference to the origin. With reference to the origin, that means M1 is nothing but 1 into 0 plus M2 is also 1 into with respect to reference part of relation. Isn't it? So if I'm talking about your X and Y coordinate, so for the X and Y coordinate, I can directly take RCM this one better. I can directly get the answer for that one. That is R bar will be equal to your M1 R1 plus of your M2 R2 divided by your M1 plus of your M2. Okay, so that is equals to your M into this one is your X bar plus of your Y bar divided by M plus M, that will be equal to your 2M. This M will get cancelled, so that will be equal to X plus Y divided by your 2. So position coordinate R bar is equals to your X plus Y divided by 2. So this is the value of your R bar. X plus Y by 2. Option B. Very good. Next one. The center of mass of three bodies, each of mass 1 kg, are located at the point 0, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 4 on the XY plane is how much? Okay. XY plane means I can use the relation of your XCM. XCM is equals to your M1 X1 plus of your M2 X2 plus of your M3 into your X3 divided by your M1 plus M2 plus M3. Isn't it? So the first coordinate is how much for me? 1 into 0 plus each of 1 into your next one is nothing but equal to how much will be beta? 3 plus next coordinate is nothing but 1 into your x3 is nothing but 0 divided by your 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that will be equal to how much beta? 1 into 3 is nothing but 3 divided by 3. That will be equal to your 1. Same way YCM coordinate. YCM is equals to your M1 Y1 plus of your M2 Y2 plus of your M3 Y3 divided by your total mass M1 plus M2 plus M3. So that is equals to your M1 is your 1 into Y coordinate is 0 plus 1, Y coordinate is again 0 plus 1 into Y coordinate is 4 divided by your 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 1 into 4 is 4, 4 by 3. So the answer will be 1 comma 4 by 3. D will be the answer. Option D. Very good. Next one. The two spheres A and B of masses M and 2M and radii 2R and R are respectively placed in contact as shown. The center of mass will lie inside the A, inside B, at the point of contact, none of this. You should tell me the answer better. Option A, inside A now. Why beta? Two spheres A యొక్క mass వచ్చేసి M, B having a mass of 2M. Radii of M is 2R. Radii of 2M is nothing but R. That means the center of mass will lie at the point of contact. Body A is appearing to be larger, but mass of that one is lesser. Got it? Sure. C will be the answer for that one. Next one. The motion of a rigid body which is not pivoted. Okay, we just started with the rotation part. This will try to do it in the tomorrow session of your class. 10th question, can you try it better, student? Three masses are being placed on the x-axis, 300 grams at origin, 500 grams at x is equals to 40, 400 grams at your x is equals to 70 centimeters. The distance of center of mass from the origin will be equal to your how much? And XEM will be equal to your M1 x1 plus of your M2 x2 plus of your M3 x3 divided by your M1 plus M2 plus M3. Okay, so that will be equal to your 300 into initial origin 0 plus 500 into your 40 plus this one is 400 into your 70 divided by this one is your 300 plus this one is 500 plus this one is your 400, isn't it? So this will become how much for me beta? 300 into 0 is 0, 5 4s are 20, 500 into 40, 500 into 40 plus this one is 400 into 70 divided by, so this one is how much for me beta? 1200. See how much I'm getting this one? And yeah, 40 centimeters. Very good. So this is coming out for me over 40 centimeters. A will be the answer. Okay. So just started with the center of mass beta introduction part. Just try to revise it. This weekend you are having an exam beta. Karunya, Nandini. Which topic beta? Maybe work power energy they might be keeping, because last time we have been written with loss of motion, I think so, no? Till work power energy. Okay, fine. So tomorrow if you need the revision of work power energy, let me know. I'll try to do some of the good questions related to the work power energy once again with PYQs. Okay. And please everyone, sir, yes sir, we need revision. Okay, I'll try to do the revision of your work power energy tomorrow once, and I'll try to do some standard formulas. And please everyone try to write the exam better. Don't skip the exam. Okay. So tomorrow we'll try to revise once the work power energy, then we'll try to continue with the system of particles. Okay. Sure. Bye beta.